Hi, everybody. Welcome to my project. My project was a research project basically to find out what in the heck I'm going to do with my life. Kind of interesting and useful, I would say. Mrs. Dink suggested this to me because, I was kind of struggling with what should I do next year? Where should I go? I mean, if I do get a job, because I was always thinking sports, because that's what I like to do. And so this project was, over some jobs in the sports field, mainly sports management and sports broadcasting. So this kind of gave me an idea of what my future could look like if I decide that I do want to do that. And I think after this project, I kind of solidified myself in that I do want to do this. So definitely, I think this project was useful for me. And shout out to Mrs. Dink for helping me to think that that's what I was wanting to do. Yeah, basically, I already gave you the description of the project. My goal is, just to kind of figure out what I wanted to do in sports, like, what jobs there are, education, how competitive is the field, what kind of money are you going to make, all that sort of stuff. So, for the mastery of technology, like, I didn't have a whole lot of this just because it was kind of a different project than what we normally do here at Vision Tech. It was a project where it was more learning based on research and stuff. It wasn't actually learning technology, because like I know how to Google, guys. I know how to write a search string. Like that's stuff that I've already, kind of knew. I know, so there really wasn't a huge bit of that for this project. I just needed to basically, I guess one thing I may have learned is how to when researching, how to keep all your stuff together, all your information, and that kind of stuff. So, how to sift through material and find what works best for you. So, my project plan goes as this: week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. Week 1, my goal was to find and research about as many jobs as possibly could in the sports management and broadcasting fields, because that's the baseline in my interpretation of this. You got to figure out like kind of maybe what area or what interests you within the sports field. So I did that. I researched that. Then week 2, my mission was kind of figure out what degrees or colleges would be helpful for me to get a job in sports, specifically colleges in Kansas. I really going out of state was never really an option for me, and so I really wanted to see like what colleges could help me get to where I want to be, and so that's something that I looked at. Week 3, I wanted to research job availability and some kind of salary ranges that you could be looking at jobs in sports, which by the way they vary a lot. It's kind of one of those things you got to work your way up. So week 4, just kind of researched everything a little more and then compiled my stuff, found all my sources, and prepared the slideshow. So my results go as this. On the week 1, I found that there's a lot of jobs in sports. There's a lot more than you would anticipate, and the fields are very broad. There is some good money in sports. You just have to climb your way up. It's one of those things where you have to serve your time. And basically, the overall thing that I found is you have to find your niche. There's a lot of jobs in a lot of different sports, from the professional level to the college level to the community level, recreational type stuff. Like there's so many different jobs, and even within every organization, there's different kinds of jobs. So I think, whether you want to be a game day operator or you want to be a marketer, there's lots of different options you could look towards. So week 2, I kind of looked at the possible degrees, and so I found that if you're going into sports management, obviously a sports management degree as well as like a business degree or a management degree or something like that would be useful. Obviously for broadcasting, it's journalism would be helpful. Broadcasting would be helpful. Stuff like that is definitely what you need to look forward to. So I found the best colleges in Kansas for me personally. Wichita State is a really well-known college for sports management, and Fort Hays State is a pretty good college for sports management as well in Kansas. I visited both of them, and I have decided on Fort Hays just because I like the atmosphere there. So I think it's kind of about, finding somewhere that can help you be successful, but at the same time are gonna push you to be the best student you can be, and open doors for you, as well as give you a comfortable environment to go to school in. So that's what I found. Week 3, I found that the field is competitive, but it's not as bad as you think, mainly because of the wide variety of jobs. I mean, obviously, if you're trying to work at the professional level, it's going to be a little more competition than if you're trying to find, if you're trying to run a YMCA or something like that. You know what I mean? It's just, there is a lot of different levels, but I don't think it's quite as competitive as people think. And yeah, I found that there's good money in sports. You just got to work your way up into financial success. So, reflection. There's not much I would change. I might delve into the sports broadcasting just a little bit more. But besides that, it was a great project. I found a lot of things that I need to know going into the future. I thought it was a great project, and I think people, maybe if they're in the same position as me, I think it'd be useful to do this project and kind of figure out, what interests you, what would you like to go to, or what would you look forward to in the next coming years. And yeah, it really helped me out. So shout out to Miss Stink, and I really think it's a great project idea. And yeah, that's my project. Thank you.